Just your crazy guy back. This is Dustin Taylor. I'm filming for my company that I have not purchased the business license for yet. DivinityVirtue.com. Shameless plug, I know. But this has been quite a interesting last few days. So, you know, I've been really rocking hard at the gym, getting very, very noticed and a lot of attention, which is interesting because I'm now that guy that they all kind of talk about, but don't talk about, if that makes sense. So this one guy, man, he's big. He's a big guy, just well defined and everything. But he doesn't do any cardio, right? So he's bodybuilder, muscle big. Anyways, I don't remember how long ago it was, but when I must have met him, it must have been 6, 7, 8 months ago, somewhere around there. And his uh his quads look like tree trunks. They're just huge. And I was like, dude, I was like, most people skip leg day. I don't think you've ever skipped leg day. And that was just kind of how our conversation, friendship built up. So we started talking and everything. And, we got getting to know each other. Now let's go to this last weekend. I see him. And he goes, yeah, I tell all my friends when we're in here that this is this guy. He was 400 pounds almost. Now look at him. He goes on 2.5 hours on the elliptical every day. He's got a clean diet. He's trying to get a six pack. And he goes, this guy's so motivational. And I looked at him and I said, dude, you're motivational. Like, look how big you are. Most guys want to be as big as you. He goes, it's different. He goes, I eat lots and just lift heavy weights. He goes, you must have like a clean diet. He goes, you're doing just cardio. He goes, I've never seen you lift weights. I go, honestly, I've lifted weights my entire life, and I just figured, what's the point of lifting now if I've never seen my body skinny? So let's see what all that weightlifting did for the last 20 years, 25 years, however long I've been. I've been at the gym since like grade 10. So I graduated in '02, so 2000. So it's 2024. So 24 years. 24 years. I've been in and out of the gym, sports teams, stuff like that. So there should be some muscle definition underneath there. Should be. That's the logic. Anyways, yeah, he tells everyone and he goes, go talk to that guy. Even there's a one guy in there, he's a personal trainer. And I think I probably said this in one of my other videos, but I guess I like to repeat myself. I'm pretty sure I said in one of my other videos. But he was talking to this girl one day, and she goes, I just can't lose weight. And he goes, talk to that guy. He goes, that guy will show you how to lose mad weight. He goes, but you're going to have to work hard and you have to be consistent. Sorry about that. It is what it is, but you know what? That's what it comes down to is just working hard and being consistent in life and focusing on what really matters to you the most. And the reason I say this is once I came into this like situation and I knew that my life was moving forward. And this sounds bad, but okay, I'm 39. I don't have a wife, I don't have kids. And the fact that I'm coming into this situation where I know that once my heart had landed with someone that I was going to find my wife afterwards. And that was kind of the jump start in my life saying, the way I was born and growing up, I'm a hood rat. We moved houses, I don't know, every year, every 2 years. So every time you would make friends, they're gone. So it was just, it's always been in my life that I don't let people in to my world because let you in, you'll be gone in a year or two. It's been a consistent pattern my entire life. It's probably the reason I have no friends and walk probably one of the most loneliest roads this world could ever imagine. It's pretty lonely being me. And it sounds so bad because I can tell you this last weekend. Well, I went out and You know, like I said, you work out, you eat good, your clothes fit nice, shower, shave, smell good, do all the good things. So I go out wearing my fur jacket, and I know how to open up my heart and the energy that goes through my body. So when you open up your heart and you're willing to let the energy in, and if you just say, "Hey, I'm only looking for people with love or good intentions or whatever your classifications are," people who have ill intent won't really come in. They'll try to, but then you get a very off feeling in your body. And I can tell you that I did have a little off feeling. I was in the cowboy bar, and this guy, pretty sure he was whacked out on some kind of drugs. Whatever. You know what? You're in the bar. I get it. That's the game. See how messed up you can get. So comes over and starts talking to me, and then he goes, "Oh, I know you." I'm like, I don't think so. I have a pretty good memory of who I've met, and I know faces. And unless you can tell me a conversation that we talked about, that's the only way I can say that I won't remember you, because then you can bring up the conversation, and I could probably go through my memory bank of going, okay, I either had that conversation or I did not. 99% of the time, I'm pretty correct on the conversations I've had with people. So, anyways, it was one of those shakes your hand, but then looks you straight in the eyes, and you kind of have to look them back in the eyes. But you can't look too long because then there's still that aggression thing that, like, hey, like, why are you looking me in the eyes? Like, is there something that you're trying to see, trying to do, trying to prove? And I get that. But just the way the conversation was going, him shaking my hand, looking me straight in the eyes, I knew there was something up. And he goes, "Yeah, I remember you from my cousin's or uncle's garage, and you were in the back of the truck." Idiot. I was like, "Wrong guy. Not who you think I am. Wrong guy." He goes, "No, no, you're this guy." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Trust me. Whatever you see in this bar scene, I'm that guy in this bar scene. Outside of the bar scene, I'm not stupid. I don't play around. I don't go to after parties. I don't hang out with people unless I have a clear relationship with you where it's not just based on bar mentality or stuff like that. But if it's based on bar, going bowling, going to the mall, restaurants, but like an actual friendship, social nightlife, I don't ever go to people's houses." And I was like, "No, that's never happened." So he goes, "Oh, well, I must have been mistaken." But gives me that one last like look as he walks away, and I'm just going, "All right, I gotta move my ass out of here because this guy's up to something. He's on to something, or he's thinking something, or he's on whatever." He was ready to, I don't know. But it was funny because I knew some of his friends, and I had to ask his friends outside, going, "Hey, what's he on?" I found out what he was on, and they told me, they go, I was like, "Hey, is he like a fighter? Like, is he out for a mood of some sort tonight?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "Well, this is what just happened." I said, "So like, if you see him come near me or if he has a problem, can you kind of keep him away?" And they go, "Oh yeah." So interesting, interesting night. So I'm wearing my white fur, white cowboy hat, black black shirt, black pants, and snake skin cowboy boots. So I go out and I definitely dress up to make sure that people see who I am. And one of my friends, the same guy who won't go to a psychic but tells me that everything I say is full of shit, blah 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 blah. And I go, okay. So every time I try to talk to him, he like storms off and he goes, "I just can't talk to you." I'm thinking, these conversations, I'm going to keep poking you. It sounds really weird, but I'm going to keep poking you. I just want to see why you're letting your reactions go so bad that you can't have a conversation about life. I'm not asking about sex, religion, money, politics, all this, the things that you shouldn't talk about in life that people do talk about. which causes fights. I'm asking you about life. Why you want to pay some money, go to the psychic, and see what happens. Because here's the deal: whether the psychic and the medium are correct or not, I know I'm on this path. I know that I want to be a better version for my future family that's going to come in. That's how much faith I have in this now. So I'm going to eat the best so that when I eventually do have a family, I'm going to show them how to eat properly. You know what? My food bill is more expensive than most people's drugs bills. Not lying. Not lying whatsoever. I can't believe how much money I spent on food. I spent $100 yesterday. I got two big bags of frozen fruit, uh, one or two, I don't remember. I think it was one bag of frozen vegetables, 2 boxes of protein bars, 3 tubs of yogurt, and 3 boxes of oatmeal. $100 gone. That's like, except for the protein bars. The protein bars will last me 2 weeks, but everything else will be 2 days. So it's what, $50 for 2 days? Crazy. Anyways, my food bills. Yeah, I keep telling people I should have just done crack or meth. I think I would have probably been skinnier, faster, and I would still probably have money, but whatever. I actually have a job now, and things are going out pretty good. So I'm gonna try to get this debt down, possibly down to zero by hopefully end of July. So we're coming on to April. It's March 25th today. That's not bad. April, May, June, July. So 4 months, head down, work hard, pay off the debt. That means no friends. It sucks. I'm going to give up the summer, and there's only going to be a certain few people that I'll hang out with. My one boy, I'm going to call him Brady. His name is actually Brady. He's just like, he looks like that surfer dude, man. Like if I lived in California one summer, 2 summers actually, and if I would have ever seen him in California, like he's just that surfer boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, 6 pack, parties hard, gets all the chicks. And he thinks I get the chicks. I'm like, well, okay, not true. I got lots of attention on the weekend, but he's a good looking guy. He gets a lot of. They actually go home with him. Maybe I just don't pull the trigger ever. I'm okay with that. I had so many offers, and I can't even tell you this. I've never thought I was attractive to females whatsoever. Never. In one of my other videos, snitches get stitches. And Cat Williams is calling out all these questionable characters and shady things they've done. Like I didn't even lose my virginity until I was 18 years old. I don't even think I knew how to like talk to women, talk to my friends, talk to my own family until I was like 15, 16 years old. Like that. So I grew up, and it's funny because I grew up with a bunch of either hood rats or rich hood rats. That's literally how I grew up. And I'm thinking, all of my friends lost their virginities at like the age of 12. Like, I think when I was 12, I was probably watching wrestling and playing baseball. Like, that's my logic. So, anyways, it's just been a very, yeah, I don't know. But you know what? On that tangent, I'm thinking, you know, if I was rich and I was famous and I was getting all the action I could get, at some point, maybe their minds do go to that next step saying, oh, I'm on top of the world. I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. And then they take that step too far. And then it keeps going. And then it keeps going. And where I'm trying to go with this, like anything else, it's harder to be good and it's easier to be bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love drinking. The only reason I really started getting into drinking was because okay, actually, I was 17 in college and going into the bars at 17 in college, like, let's just get real. I couldn't talk to women, but when you get me drunk, apparently I can talk to every person in the entire bar. Now I just do it sober and I get better conversations. I remember the nights and I get more attention. But I gotta tell you, when you're 17, you get trashed and it's like 3 beers and you're just gone to the moon. And then you end up, when you're 18, halfway through the year, ended up losing your virginity. Okay, I get why the famous rich people cross the lines. It's because they've been given everything and they're just bored in life. Don't get me wrong. Right now, I'm absolutely bored in life. Like, it's just been 3 years of just grinding this out because I know that there's something so good coming. That's that's the craziest part. Is that even if, man, like, I don't know. I always just think like people who are in war, they just must have it so much worse. No food, horrible sleeping conditions, just going back to like being animals and savage days, and it's like pre pre what, I don't know the word, but it just seems so. It's just one of those like bringing back humanity to the back of the time, and I don't know. I don't get it because at the end of the day, whoever owns all the land, what are you going to do with that? Make everyone work, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's probably how life should be as it is. We're part of the ecosystem. Like, what do ants do? So there's somebody who's the queen ant, right? And then all the other ants go and work, go scavenge food, keep the colony safe, build up the empire, and then that's it, right? Reproduce, and next generation keeps going. It, that's we're all part of the ecosystem. Like, I don't know, but yeah. So, anyways, like I said, I've like when I was younger, and then when I went to university, and I actually knew how to pick up women, it's quite easier. But I played a lot of games. Like, I lied, manipulated, just not not classy things. Like, when I think how I am now, I don't cross any lines. Like, I can tell you this weekend, I don't know how many women love bombed me, even some dudes. I think 20 to 30. That's not even an exaggeration. Love bombed me. And I'm thinking, oh no. And then, like, I'll be talking to someone and people will come up and start talking to me, or I'll walk somewhere and someone will come and talk to me. It was just all night. And then I can tell you, I've had 3 different women that night ask me to do extracurricular activities. And I was like, no, we don't play this game. I don't give it out just like that. And they go, oh, well, we like you a little bit even more now. And I go, it's going to take a long time for you guys to get in my pants. And they go, really? We're willing to work for it. I'm like, probably not. Because let's be honest, I'm looking for this. Like, at the end of the day, I'm willing to give up everything until I'm in love. And if that's the game this world, because I talk to all these women, I go, what's your dating life like? And like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going, like, how do guys treat you? Like, what do you guys go on dates on? Or I'm just trying to figure it out from their sense. And I can tell you, I have the whole entire city know who I am. Women come up and hug me, try to grind up against me, try to offer me curricular activities, tell me some of the most foul things I've ever heard. And I'm going to tell you, if I was 18, I would have been in teenager heaven. I would understand what the rich and the famous attention's like. And you know what? I get it. I get it. Because, like, when I see how many beautiful women come up to me, and I'm thinking, man, I couldn't have gotten some of these women when I was 20 in my prime, and I'm just thinking, unreal. But you know what? Like I said, different times, different age. I'm 39. I don't want to play with emotions. I don't want to play games. Here's the deal. If I like you, hey, I like you. Do you want to go on a date? He goes, no. Okay, well, guess what? I'll give you one more chance just to see if we're friends or whatnot. Say no again. Why would I ever try again? And it's funny because I was talking to this one kid at the gym. He's a good looking kid. And I'm glad he's kind of in the part of the scene, but I'm kind of glad that he's not fully getting back into it because for a time there was a few weekends like 6 or 12 or 13. I don't even remember the number, but it seemed like every weekend coming on Saturday morning and Sunday morning at the gym, and he just looked hung over. Anyways, me and him were talking. I go, like, have you ever been in love? And he goes, well, I'm kind of in these like situations right now. He goes, this one girl, she's got a boyfriend, but she's madly in love with me. And I was like, ooh, that's a red flag, bud. Because here's the deal: like, if she's trying to get out of her relationship and then make a transition to you, it's because she's scared of getting out of the relationship first. But then you, if you two ever start up and things go wrong, she's going to try to find another way to do it to you because that's the only way she knows how to get out. Said stop that right now. Don't even entertain her. Just cut off communication and contact. Like just trust me on this. And then he tells me about his other girl that I don't know him and his best friend. I don't get. I get the dating in the young generation. Like, hey, we're dating. That person's not yours. But isn't there still like girl code and bro code? Like, if your girlfriend likes a guy, let that situation pan out, and then the other girl can say, "Hey, like, do you mind?" "Oh yeah, go ahead." Or the guy can go, "Hey, do you mind if I ask so and so?" Isn't that common like respect and courtesy? Like, I don't know, but in my head, I don't really want to date people that my friends have dated because, well, the way I see my friends, they do some questionable, gross ass shit. So if that's who they are around me, and then they're dating a girl I like, where's the mask? Is it the mask with the girl that they're dating or with me? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, it's just interesting because I definitely get a lot of attention, and I'm okay with that because I've never had attention. I wasn't the hockey player in school. I played baseball because I was poor. Baseball cost $90 a year. Buy a glove 2, 3 sizes bigger. You got 4 seasons out of that glove. Buy cleats. Like baseball was cheap, and yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that rant. But yeah, I didn't hang out with the hockey players. Shit. Even when they had like nice flowing hair, I tried it. I hated it because I was always so hot. I shaved my head. And now I'm like almost bald. Well, I'm not. It's patchy, so I just shaved the rest of it. But I'm thinking, man, it'd be nice to have hair and see what long flowing hair would look like under this cowboy hat, just like Fabio style. But yeah, and I asked the kid at the gym. Now I know where I was going back with that. I said, "Have you ever been in love?" He goes, "Yeah, I've been in love." And I go, "Like true love?" Like he goes, "Yeah, there was one girl, and then things were getting rocky." And he goes, "It was a high school sweetheart thing, and then it just didn't pan out." And I was like, "Hmm." Oh, and that's where his best friend came in because his best friend ended up going out with her. I was like, "Eh, all right, cool." But I was like, so I'm like, you tell me about the dating scene now. Like, aren't you like involved with anyone or trying to? He goes, well, there was this one that was getting close, and then he goes, nope, I cut that shit off. And I go, yo, It just sounds like you're scared. I'm like, what are you scared of? He goes, heartbreak hurts, man. I don't want to go through that shit. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, but dude, this is life. At the end of the day, you're going to have to go through every emotion as a human. Death of a family member, death of a pet, death of a friend, love of all of those other things, being fired, being hired. Like, isn't that life? You're learning the joys of every emotion, the highs and the lows, and just seeing what you take from it. I'm going to tell you these last 3 years, and I thought about this hard. And I said to myself, okay, so these last 3 years have been some of the worst years of my entire life. I had to go through all the paradigms. I had to go through a broken heart, close to bankruptcy. Like I'm just fighting right now. The fact, like I'm looking at cash right now. Actually, every time I look that way, and like I said, I got paid, so I got some money. I'm gonna go pay off my Visa today. Awesome, Visa will like me today. Cool. Doesn't help me yet, but I just know that with all of these paradigms, and I even told my one buddy, and I just said, in these last 3 years, I don't know how many people have done it my way. Trust me, I'm surprised I didn't go and just take my own life. And that's not just putting that out there. I'm just saying, like, everything I went through, when I say I'm the 1%, I had to change my entire mind mentality, how I thought, how I portrayed things, watch myself get broken down. And then I just say to myself, okay, I got bad karma. I know this. I did bad things, so I got to make up for my bad mistakes. We're in the year of infinity, so you know what? Everything I do is one step a day. You just got to be the best version you can be. And it's interesting because I know all my doors are starting to open up. And it's like you watch, and when I just got more tangents every time I want to go on another thought. I just think, I just think that if everyone's life is already planned out, you're still going to have interesting moments, for sure. Right now, I'm learning patience. I know who my wife is, but I also have soulmates coming in. So now I get the option to choose what's best for me, and that's fair. So you just kind of take every day, and it's funny because the guy I work for, whole entire crew is either gamblers, drug addicts, drunks, liars, cheats. One will go, oh, well, you're paying that guy this much amount of money. I deserve that much. Or, oh, you let that guy go off for half a day and paid him for a full day. There's two or three things in that whole thing that I read from it. One, I get that you are hiring people from the past that you might have partaked in. Okay, so he's a Mormon guy, might have partaked in some bad stuff later on, went back to his old ways. So now he's good, he's clean, blah blah blah. And I get that because when I went back into the bar scene, everyone knew me from the bar scene if they had seen me from years before. But I came back with a different mentality. And it's what you know. So I don't know too many millionaires. I've met a few. I've met some guys who make more money than countries. But I don't get to hang out with those people. I don't get to have conversations with those people. I'm in a level where I have to have conversations with people who are either somewhat like minded as me or in my previous ways of thinking. That's all I know. So everything I do now is trying to rechange everything I know, rebuild the foundation of what I believe in, build a stronger foundation for my future wife, future kids, and I'm going to try to make it so that everything I'm giving up now is for the success and legacy, and just to be able to say, I did it the right way. It took me forever. It was a journey. I lived life the best I could. I may have done shady things, and I accept everything that has to happen to me for everything that I did to other people. It should be a give and take in this world until you're finally balanced. So if that's how it has to work, then God bless this. You know what? These are learning lessons. I may never remember how much money I made. Trust me, I made lots of money. Like I actually do probably know how much money I've made. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all good. You know? I just I don't even know. I don't even know. I just want I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this rant. But it's gonna be interesting. So March 25th, second winter's over. You know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. So I normally say I did things for like fast money. And when I was door knocking for some other companies, I might have tried to like be door knocking with another company too. So it'd be like knock one door, two different companies, or something like that. You know, just things that would lead me to faster cash. Okay. So since this used to be my next door neighbor, and I said, hey, and I asked him, I said, don't get mad at anything I say here. I said, if I knock doors for you and I hand out cards, can I put my company name on the back of your card so that it like market it's my company? He goes, what's your company? And I tell him I'm like Divinity Virtue. He goes, oh, some godly thing? He goes, no, can't be just doing that. And I go, okay. He said, don't get mad. That's why I asked you first. Because normally I would have asked. I would have just done it, taken the consequences. But where my life is at, my age is at, I'm going, I don't need to take these like karma consequences. Ask, doesn't work, fine. But what I'm going to do is if this video ever takes off in 5 years and he's still working in tree work, I'm going to flash his card right now in front of the camera so that everyone who needs tree work in Alberta can give him a call, and then you can say, oh, we saw you on YouTube of this guy named Dustin Taylor, and he's on his own channel called Divinity Virtue, and he wanted to advertise you on March 25th, 2024, because he wanted to make sure that in 5 years, if you were still working in this company, in your own business, doing your own company, paying for life and bills, that if this video ever took off, you would have countless people phoning you and you wouldn't have to do marketing. And maybe you could hire people that are not under the influence or addictions or whatnot, but people that are hard workers, that have families, and then you could show them how to run a company while you sit back and not work as hard. I'm going to flash his card. His name's Wade Hornberger. Free advertisement. And you know what else I'm going to do for you, Wade? Today, I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to go on Marketplace. I'm going to post your card there. I'm going to post it on Kijiji. And I'm still going to door knock for you. Because I'm going to make sure that this summer, you have the best summer of your life so that you pay me well enough that I can get rid of all of my bills and everything else and be closer to Australia with my beautiful blonde best friend. My beautiful blonde best friend, if you ever watch this video, you're beautiful. Every time I see you, you make me happy. The way you smile, your eyes, the way you look, the heart in you. You're one of the purest, most beautiful individuals I've ever met. I'm sure you got demons and dark secrets, dark secrets? We all do. But here's the thing, try not to live in the past. The past is just a window front. You know what? Once you look past the window front and you go inside, there's much more to life. There's much more beauty. Everything you see grows, opens up. That being said, I think I went on like 100,000 rants, and I know that's a facetious number for it was probably like six, whatever. It is what it is. My name's Dustin Taylor. This is divinityvirtue.com. Take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better. Everything happens on divine timing. Try to help others to grow, succeed, and be the best versions they can. And second winter's over. Like let's bring in spring. Let's bring in these new solar lunar eclipses or whatever the heck's going on. I haven't really followed yet, but there's some kind of lunar eclipse that's going on tonight, or a solar eclipse, and we got some new astrological seasons coming in. So it means changing the people, changing the times, and I'm going to tell you, anyone who's got bad karma, this is where it starts kicking in now. That the good karma starts coming. I'm watching this. Maybe everyone's got different timelines. I'm going to tell you, I believe, and I believe this because I'm crazy, or because psychics and mediums have made me crazy, that I think everyone's paths are already preset. And the timing just has to happen that you guys will meet. And then things happen. That's how I believe it. And so this video, like I said, and probably my other video, was already created 9 years ago. I hope I'm getting better at videos. I haven't ever learned how to edit yet. And that's probably the next thing we're going to do. I just want to keep going. I know that I'm going to probably work on my corporation tonight. There's one step that's probably, it's like a 18-page report of how to build up your corporation, telling its like purpose, the directors, the money, lots. I'm just going to try to make sure that I can have everything set up so that by the end of August, when I fully transition into Divinity Virtue, I hope I have that six pack. Because I'm also going to tell you, coming down to April 1st is when I go on my cut, which means if I burn 3,000 calories at the gym, I can only eat 3,000 calories, but they're the cleanest 3,000 calories, and the rest will be burned off just from fat, sugars, anything that's left in my body. And it's a little bit tougher. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? I want hot guy summer. I want to be Chachi. I want to be that guy. Anyways, you may virtue. My name's Dustin T. Taylor. Thank you very much. God bless. Amen.